So I'm Will from Ships Have Sailed, and this is my dear friend Art, who also drums for the project. And we're going to talk a little bit today about the video for Love in October. And the video kind of happened by accident, really. It happened as the response of our tour getting canceled.
Yep.
And due to, of course, the pandemic that has impacted literally every person in the world.
Right.
And I just have to say, I never imagined living through an experience like that. I'm glad we are here on the other side of it. And we're just going to kind of take you through it from the beginning. We hadn't been able to tour in a while, and so 2020 was supposed to be a live year for us. We had planned out the first leg of tour, and we were planning to do about 3 to 4 more over the course of the year. And the first leg, we had been approached by a couple of really nice guys. Matt and Ryan had a duo called Quitting Whitney, and they had already started piecing together a tour and asked us to go out on the road with them. We both were duos, drummer and string instruments / singer.
Vocals, right?
Yep. And so our configurations were the same, and so we talked about gear sharing, figured all those logistics out, and also decided that we were gonna, set out in the same van. It was a really well-planned tour. I want to say 10 dates?
Yeah.
10 dates over 2 weeks.
Sounds about right.
And it was kind of a southwest loop, so we're going to start in Vegas, Salt Lake City, Aspen, Denver, then a festival called Frozen Dead Guy Days,
Yep.
and then jump down to Albuquerque. We had actually 3 shows in Albuquerque planned, and then 1 show in Las Cruces. We were working on a date in Arizona, and then we were going to play a homecoming show at Troubadour.
I think we had one in San Diego too, no?
Oh, we did. We did have one in San Diego.
Before LA.
That one was a late ad. Yeah,
Yep.
totally.
Yep.
So it was very well planned out. Of course, we saw the news starting at the beginning of the year about this weird bug that started over in China and this and that. We were all keeping our eyes on it, but we weren't thinking a ton about it.
Right.
We were keeping our eyes on it, and we kind of figured that maybe it would impact the bigger cities, right? Kind of like SARS or whatever.
Right.
So we head out on the road on the 11th of March, and we head to Vegas.
We were excited, and we jumped in the van and drove to Vegas on March 11th, 3/11. So.
Yeah, we wound up staying at this hotel in Vegas that was basically the venue for 311 Fest. So we were in this hotel with tons of screaming drunk 311 fans.
Yep.
And our venue actually got changed for some weird reasons, but we wound up playing at somewhere off the strip. And I just remember kind of being in the elevator and thinking to myself, wow, if there really is a concern over transmissible virus, we're in the wrong hotel.
Right.
But we didn't really think much of it. Nobody else seemed super concerned, which of course is not a reason not to be concerned in retrospect. But we went, we played our show, we met some new people, and we packed up and we were on our way the next day. We drove to Salt Lake City, and as we were getting to Salt Lake City, we found out that our Troubadour show was canceled. They said postponed at the time, actually, and it was a cautionary thing in LA. They basically were saying that any venue of over 250 capacity needed to postpone any events, and Troubadour is something 485 or 500 or something like that. So we were halfway expecting that, and it was really kind of a bummer because we had gotten in really well with someone who is now a very good friend of ours, Kat Corbett. At the time, she ran a show on K-Rock called Locals Only, which is a specialty show where they feature local bands, and they also sponsor shows around town, and we had gotten them to agree to sponsor our Troubadour homecoming show. So it was a big deal for us, and we were all really, really bummed that it canceled, but we weren't super surprised because that was kind of the biggest one that we felt like.
We were expecting it, but
Yeah.
we were hoping it didn't cancel. Like,
Of course.
you know, me personally, I was, you know, you're on the road, you're driving, and you're hearing the news. The guys were on their, you know, their phones, going through social media and reading articles about, you know, what's going on, and you know, this place shut down, this restaurants are starting to close down. It was just, you're hoping that you get to play, but at the same time, we were like, we want us and the people that come and see us to be safe. So it was like,
We'll get back to this later because
Yeah.
this was a big decision that we had to make on this tour that kind of hinged on public safety,
Right.
you know?